Hey, good morning. How are you doing? For almost 10 years, I've ever believed in myself that I could do everything and I could make any good result even by myself without relying on anyone if I did it as hard as I got desperate, no matter what situation and no matter what environment I was in. So I've ever suppressed myself to make effort to achieve the goal that I set. And I always kept telling myself that time was more valuable than money, and I use every single minute for activity to get closer to the goal, to try not to use time wastefully. Like I always felt like using time wastefully even while I was walking down the street. So I was reading a book that had something to do with the business in order to use the time effectively even while I was walking. So I never made time for hobbies and pastime, but I forced myself to concentrate single-mindedly on my work without looking aside all day long, every day. So I tried my best and did everything I could do from moment to moment. So no matter how tired I was, and no matter how terrible depression I had, I compelled myself to continue doing with ignorance of the feeling that I actually wanted to take a rest and needed some time to think about what I was doing then. So my motivation toward the goal was mostly always obsession. So the way to make myself put effort into what I was pursuing was extreme self-discipline. So it was really hard enough to stop doing this, but I somehow continued doing this with my strong willpower. So I was always frustrated that I wasn't able to make any good result that initially expected. But ironically, everything I tried never worked properly. And after all, I was burned out and I fell into depression, which made me feel like doing nothing. What I realized through this experience was I had no power to change myself, change something by myself. Of course, there's some people who can't make any good results in this way, that you can do everything by yourself without relying on anyone and gain experience steadily, step by step, to get closer to the goal. But at least for me, it is not the appropriate way that I can change something. So I'm not suitable for achieving the goal in this way. So almost 10 years that I've achieved nothing proved that this is not the best way to achieve my goal. So the most important thing for me and missing part of my effort is not self-satisfied effort that pretend to do my best, but I failed cooperative effort with others by sharing the same objective was really necessary for me instinctively. So I think the way of my thinking was totally wrong, and I took way too long time to realize this fact. So I really have to change my behavior from now on.